Hey guys, welcome to today's very exciting video. Today we are going to be talking all about goals and dreams and how to accomplish them. And you might click on this video and feel very skeptical. And if you are someone who's feeling pretty skeptical, then listen, I hear you. I can totally relate. A year ago, I was in the exact same boat. A year ago, I started looking into vision boards and manifesting your dreams and trying to understand the theory behind that type of work. And I was super skeptical about it. Okay, I did not buy it at all at first. I did not understand how you could possibly achieve your goals by creating like an inspiring collage or by thinking positively. I couldn't make that connection, but here I am a year later after having practiced some of these tools for almost 12 months, and I can honestly say that I understand now what people are talking about. So I'm making this video because for all the skeptics out there or people who don't know what a vision board is or don't really understand the concept of manifesting your dreams, I want to share this information with you because it has completely transformed my life. And I know that I am much closer to achieving my goals than I was before I had these tools. So today we're going to chat about vision boards. I'm going to explain really quickly what a vision board is. We're going to chat about how you can use that to manifest your dreams. And then I'm going to share a quick story on how I use those tools to manifest a free hot tub. So we're going to get right into it, and I'm going to talk you through and show you my vision board from 2020. Okay, let's get right into it. So I'm going to start out by explaining what a vision board actually is, because a year ago I had no idea, and I watched some YouTube videos to get practical examples. So the first thing I'm going to do is read you the definition from the Oxford Dictionary, because it's a perfect definition of what my vision board is and how I understand them to be. So a vision board is a collage of images and words representing a person's wishes or goals intended to serve as inspiration or motivation. And this is exactly what I have created. So that's a perfect definition. So it's a collage of images and words representing your goals and wishes meant to inspire and motivate you. So you can either have a physical vision board, which you actually create and you can touch it and hold it and put it up in your house, or you can create a digital vision board using something like Pinterest. You could make a board on Pinterest and pin all of your images and words there. I made a physical vision board and I'm going to show it to you. And I'm a little bit hesitant because it's my personal vision board. So these are my personal dreams and goals. But I'm going to show it to you because when I didn't understand what a vision board was a year ago, I looked on YouTube for actual examples. I didn't want people just explaining to me what it was. I wanted to actually see one so I could understand and have some direction. So I'm going to show you mine. So I made this about a year ago. And as you can see, it is on foam board. So it's just on a regular piece of foam board. And what I did is I found pictures and quotes online. A few of these came out of magazines, but most of them are images that I printed from the internet, and I cut them out and then I glued them in this collage. So my board is a reflection, obviously, of my personal goals and wishes. So if you're looking at this board, it should in no way influence your goals and wishes. What I did is I wrote down in a notebook. I started by brainstorming. So I grabbed a notebook and I grabbed a pen and I just asked myself, what do I want? What do I want in my life? And there were absolutely no limits whatsoever. I didn't constrain myself, and I just started writing all the goals and dreams and wishes I had. And they could be huge, they could be small. You can choose to make a vision board in different ways. Some people make a vision board every year. So on their board, they put short-term goals. And I think that's a great style. Mine weren't really limited to a time frame. I'm not hoping to achieve all of these things in 1 year necessarily. I just at the time that I made this, these are things that inspired me, and they still do right now. And there's a couple of things on here that I did cover up, and that's just because this is my personal board and I wanted to keep a few things private. Not that there's anything crazy hidden under here. It's just, it was my preference to maybe not share every single goal and wish, but I am showing you basically all of it. Once I wrote down all of the things that inspired me, or all of my goals, what I did is I found images online that represented those goals. So these are images like this one, for example. My husband and I built a new home about 1.5 years ago, and I'm still in the midst of decorating my house. So a big goal for me is to finish decorating all the rooms in my house and really be happy with the style of it all. Not that I want this room exactly, but I really like the vibe with the plants, and I like all of the layering and the texture, and it just looks like a really put together room that is a style that I like. For me, this image inspires me to decorate my house and continue decorating. So that's the purpose of this board. Put images on here that represent your goals and dreams, that will inspire you when you see them. So there shouldn't be one image on this board that doesn't inspire you. Everything you see on here should light a fire in you when you see it. And I'm really big on text. I am huge on quotes. So for me, it was really important to include words on this board because images certainly inspire me, but text really inspires me too. So you'll see I do have words all throughout my board. And in the very center here, this is something that I don't know if every vision board has this or not. Probably they don't. For me, I had one kind of overriding goal in my mind when I was creating this board, and it was this quote, which is by Oprah, and it's, "You must find a way to serve." So last year, at the beginning of the year, I was listening to some motivational mixes on YouTube, those motivational speech mixes, and I heard Oprah's voice come on, and those are the words she said: "You must find a way to serve." And that just stuck with me so strongly, and I just kept thinking about those words over and over again. So I put them in the center of my board because when I hear those words, I think of like a purpose in life, you know, why we're here. We are here to serve. And to help others and bring positivity and bring light. And those are the things I think of when I think of a fulfilling life. So I put that in the middle of my board, and that mantra I think of it daily. I recite it to myself in my head constantly. If I'm faced with a situation where I could help in some way, and the laziness of me is tugging at the other side saying like, oh, maybe not today, I think of those words. I think you must find a way to serve. And it often pushes me to help when sometimes my laziness might encourage me not to. Now, what do you do with it? So you've made this beautiful board, you look at it, it lights your fire, it makes you think of all the goals and dreams that you have. You have to put it up in your house, and you have to put it somewhere that you are going to see it every day. So I put this board along the side of my makeup vanity. And that way, every single morning when I'm getting ready, and often at night when I'm doing skincare routine or whatever, I see it. So I see it every single day. And the purpose of the board is what happens when you have a vision board is the ideas and the dreams and the goals, they start really being forced into your brain. So like I said with that quote in the middle of my board, I see those words every single day. You must find a way to serve. They have been ingrained in my mind in such a way that they are now influencing my actions. So if you really, say you really want to start your own business, you know that's a goal that you have, but you feel like you haven't really taken any steps to get there, or you don't even know how you could take a step to start going towards your goal. Pick an image, maybe a company that inspires you. Like say you want to start a small business, and there's some small business out there that is like a great example of the kind of company you want to start. print a photo of that business and put it on your board. Every time you see that photo, it's going to inspire you. And what's going to happen is when you are faced with choices, you will start thinking about the goals on your board and you will start making decisions that push you down that path. And that's the part that I found really hard to understand. I thought, how do I take this board and make it influence my life? Like, just because I see inspiration all the time. That doesn't change my behavior. But the difference is with a vision board, as opposed to just flipping through magazines or scrolling on your phone at night, you see the same images every single day and they're tailor-made for your specific dreams. So what will happen is you will start getting these ideas so ingrained in your mind that they'll be on your subconscious level influencing you. So if you want to start your own business, for example, what do you need to do that? Maybe you need skills. Maybe you need some money. Well, if you're trying to decide how to spend your money and you're thinking about buying maybe a new electronics or something for your house, you might stop and think, well, maybe I should save that money for my business instead. And the constant reinforcement from your vision board, that will help influence you to make the decisions that help you achieve your goals. So it's sort of this subconscious reinforcement over and over and over and over again. And before you know it, you're training your brain to take steps in that direction. Let me think of something that I have done. Okay, so I have an example. So this image here represents, for me, spending more time in nature. In the summertime, you will not catch me inside. I love the summer. I love sunshine. I just want to be outside constantly. In the winter, or when it's raining, or when it's cold, which is almost every other month of the year where I live, I don't want to be outside. My eyes water, my nose waters. I find it really bright out there. I don't know if I have allergies. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm not a very outdoorsy girl when the weather isn't nice. So I have to force myself to go outside. And often I don't want to do that. So in the past, I would choose not to do that. I would avoid going outside. My husband is super outdoorsy and he would invite me to go walk in the woods and I'd always complain. Sometimes I would do it, but usually I would complain about it. But now I have this reminder that's getting ingrained in my brain every day. Spend more time in nature, spend more time in nature. And so when I'm invited to go for a hike or go look at something in the woods or go walk a piece of property, a piece of land or something, instead of being like, oh, I don't feel like it, I think this is an opportunity to spend more time in nature. And I have been outside more this year than I ever have before, begrudgingly still. It's not like I'm excited to go out in the cold, but once I'm out there, I'm happy. But because I have that constant reminder and that constant reinforcement, and I have that goal so ingrained in my mind to spend more time in nature, that when an opportunity comes up for me to do that, I jump on it. Whereas in the past, I probably wouldn't. So now that we've talked about what a vision board is, I want to chat a little bit about manifesting your dreams. And I am no expert by any means. I'm not a life coach. I'm not a motivational speaker. I don't have the technical language that someone trained on this topic would be able to express to you. But for me, what manifesting your dreams is making your dreams come to life through your actions. So like I mentioned before about, say you want to start your own business. Well, it can feel impossible to get from where you are to where you want to end up. That can feel absolutely impossible because you think, well, here I am working for my employer. I don't have any savings. How could I ever possibly run this big successful company? Well, it happens like this. These tiny, tiny, tiny incremental steps in that direction. And what I have to say is that I understand now how luck plays a role in success. So I used to say to my husband all the time, if we just work hard enough, or you work hard enough, or if anyone just works hard enough, they're going to be successful. If you just put in the work day in and day out, that's all it takes, you will eventually get there. But what I understand now is that it's not just hard work. You also need to have some luck. So there are so many stories of, say, celebrities, like a young woman, she's out in Hollywood shopping when she's a teenager, an agent just discovers her. So that's luck. You know, she might not have ever been famous otherwise. But here's the thing, she was in Hollywood. She was out in places where agents would be. She was probably dressed up, she probably looked nice, and she was out there in the world. And she was discovered. So yes, it's 100% luck that that person found her and discovered her. But had she not been there, had she not been in Hollywood, been in the stores and maybe in popular shops where agents are, had she not looked nice that day, all of those pieces wouldn't have come together. So I think that luck is really where your hard work, as the quote goes, where hard work meets opportunity. So with this vision board, you kind of have to trust the process. So what you have to do is start taking actions in the direction. You want to have your own company, you're working for an employer right now and you don't have any savings. Okay, start saving some money. Step 1, put $20 a week in a bank account. Start saving your money. Step 2, maybe take a business course online in the evenings to upgrade your accounting skills or to get some better business knowledge. Start taking baby steps, and it's still going to feel like your dream is so far away, but what you don't see is that you're still moving in that direction. And at some point, because you're moving in that direction, say you're taking an online course, well, maybe your teacher in that online course sees a ton of potential in you, and they know someone who's starting up a business venture and they think of you and they connect the two of you, and that springboards you down a different path. That, I guess, for me is what manifesting your dreams is. So it doesn't mean that because you're like, oh, I want to start a company, the next day you're going to just have one because you dreamed it. It's setting goals and then starting to take small actions in that direction. And fate is just going to springboard you because of your hard work down the path. If you never start moving in that direction, you will never get there. If you start moving, you are so much more likely to eventually get to where you need to go, where you want to go, than if you just never make any effort. So now I want to share with you an example of how I manifested a dream of mine and how I manifested a free hot tub. So my husband and I built a house about 2 years ago, and we're in the midst of doing landscaping work, and there's so much work to be done. But we have been dreaming of and discussing now for a long time our backyard, eventually what we want it to look like. So there's a lot of work left to do, but someday we consider having a pool, a back deck, a really nice landscape lawn, a garden, all of that. And I have always loved hot tubs. Every time we go to a hotel, I don't care if there's a pool, I want a hot tub. And I just love soaking in it. I absolutely just love hot tubs. So I have always thought a dream would be someday to have our own hot tub. I didn't know when that would happen or if it would ever actually happen, but it's always been a dream that that would be like the most luxurious, amazing thing, to have a hot tub. So we, of course, have talked about that. I've sketched out designs of our backyard, where our deck would be, where we would possibly put a hot tub, where we would probably put a pool, where our garden might go. So we have like been envisioning this backyard for a long time. And my sister-in-law and her boyfriend, they bought a house recently and they ended up purchasing a hot tub. And so we have sort of been talking about it for months, and then they got one, we went in it, we fell in love, and it's amazing. So it's in my mind, playing in my mind, in the background, in my subconscious. A goal eventually is to get a hot tub. And so I'm talking about it, I'm sharing information with friends, and I'm just sharing stories and talking about how much I love my sister-in-law's hot tub. And I was chatting with a family friend, and I was sharing that it would be amazing to have a hot tub. Their house is so beautiful. I love theirs. It's great. And my family friend had a friend who was giving away a free hot tub. And I said, obviously, I will take it right here. Give me that hot tub. And so my husband and I, we picked it up, took it home, installed it, and now we have this free working hot tub. And the thing is, the lesson in that is that if I had not spoken my intentions into the universe, we would not have that hot tub. If I had not been talking about it, thinking about it, dreaming about it, I would have never spoken those words out, and I would have never been given that opportunity. So yes, it's complete luck. Like, what are the odds that I'm going to have a family friend who has a friend who's giving away a hot tub? That is pure luck, absolutely. But I only received that opportunity because I put it out into the universe. I put my intention into the universe. And that's, for me, the whole moral of this story is you don't have to see the clear path to how you're going to get where you want to go, because there's no way to know. There's no way to predict the future and know how exactly to get down that path. But what you can do is you can dream about it, and you can start taking baby steps in that direction. And eventually you will probably find opportunities because of the path that you're on. You will eventually speak to someone or hear about something that's going to help propel you in the direction, and that speeds up the process. I really hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, let me know with a like below. I am so passionate now about vision boards and manifesting your dreams. And believe me when I say, this is not a thing only for women. Men are some of the most ambitious people in the world. Like my husband, he is the most motivated person I've ever met. And vision boards are for every single person. This is, yes, my board might look aesthetic, and I did try to make a nice collage, obviously, because I have to stare at this every day, but you can slap some images on here. It does not have to be beautiful like this. Men, if you're not artistic, just do your best. Maybe you have a partner who's artistic that could help you cut some things out, but if not, just get something on here. Get some words, get some photos, and slap some things on here that inspire you. So let me know what some of your goals are below. I would love to hear what you guys are aspiring to. Let me know if you have used a vision board in the past and if you have been able to manifest any of your dreams and make them a reality. And I hope that you found this video helpful. I really wish you all the best in the new year, and I will see you again very soon.